To understand Loki, we must first journey to the dawn of Norse mythology. Unlike many of his divine counterparts, Loki's lineage is shrouded in ambiguity. Loki is often described as the son of two giants, Farbauti, his father, whose name means cruel striker, and Laufey, or Nal, his mother. This giant heritage sets Loki apart from the Aesir gods, marking him as an outsider from the start. But Loki's true nature defies simple categorization. He is neither fully god nor giant, but a being who straddles both worlds. This duality is key to understanding Loki's complex character and his ability to move between different realms with ease. Loki's early life is not well documented in Norse mythology. However, it's clear that from a young age, he displayed the cunning and mischievous nature that would become his hallmark. His quick wit and silver tongue soon caught the attention of Odin, the all-father of the Norse gods. Despite his giant heritage, Loki found his way into the heart of Asgard, the realm of the gods. His relationship with Odin was particularly significant. Odin and Loki became blood brothers, a bond that granted Loki a place among the Aesir gods. This relationship was complex and often tumultuous. Loki's cunning often proved useful to Odin and the other gods, but his penchant for mischief and chaos frequently caused problems. Another key figure in Loki's life was Thor, the god of thunder. Their relationship was a mix of camaraderie and rivalry, with Loki often accompanying Thor on his adventures, sometimes helping and sometimes hindering. Loki's presence in Asgard was always marked by a sense of unease. He was tolerated for his usefulness, but never fully trusted. This outsider status would play a crucial role in shaping Loki's actions and ultimately the fate of the gods themselves. Loki's personal life was as complex as his relationship with the gods. He was married to the goddess Sigyn, known for her unwavering loyalty. But Loki's most infamous familial connections were with the giantess Angerboda. With her, he fathered 3 monstrous children: Fenrir, the great wolf, Jörmungand, the world serpent, and Hel, the goddess of the underworld. These offspring would play crucial roles in Norse mythology, particularly in the prophecies of Ragnarök, the end of the world. Loki's position in Norse mythology is unique. He is neither hero nor villain in the traditional sense, but a complex figure whose actions often drive the narrative forward. Loki's cunning and shape-shifting abilities made him a valuable ally to the gods in many situations. He often used his wit to solve problems that brute force couldn't address. However, his solutions frequently came with unforeseen consequences, creating new problems in the process. As a trickster god, Loki embodied chaos and change. His presence in Norse mythology serves as a counterbalance to the order represented by the other gods, creating a dynamic tension that drives many of the most famous Norse myths. One of the most famous tales involving Loki is the story of how he stole Idun's apples and then had to retrieve them to save the gods. The story begins when Loki, traveling with Odin and Hona, is captured by the giant Thiazi. To secure his release, Loki agrees to lure Idun, the goddess of youth, out of Asgard. Idun possesses magical apples that keep the gods young and immortal. Loki transforms into a falcon and flies to Asgard. He convinces Idun to leave with her apples, telling her he's found fruit even more wondrous than hers. Once outside Asgard, Thiazi, in the form of an eagle, snatches Idun and her apples away. With Idun gone, the gods begin to age rapidly. They soon realize Loki's involvement and threaten him with torture and death unless he rescues Idun. Loki borrows Freya's falcon cloak and flies to Jotunheim, the land of giants. There, he finds Idun alone and transforms her into a nut, carrying her back to Asgard in his claws. Thiazi gives chase, but the gods light a fire that burns the eagle's wings, allowing Thor to slay him. This tale showcases Loki's dual nature, his willingness to betray the gods for his own gain, but also his ability to use his cunning to set things right when forced to do so. As time passed, Loki's actions became increasingly destructive and malevolent. The turning point came with the death of Balder, Odin's beloved son. Balder was thought to be invulnerable to all harm, as his mother Frigg had extracted oaths from everything in creation not to hurt him, except for the seemingly harmless mistletoe. Loki, in his most malicious act, tricked Balder's blind brother Herder into throwing a dart made of mistletoe at Balder, killing him instantly. This act marked Loki's final break with the gods. He was hunted down and bound with the entrails of his own son, with a serpent positioned above him, dripping venom onto his face. Loki's loyal wife Sigyn stays by his side, catching the venom in a bowl. But when she must empty the bowl, the venom falls on Loki, causing him to writhe in agony, which the Norse believed caused earthquakes. Loki's story culminates in Ragnarök, the twilight of the gods and the end of the world as the Norse knew it. According to prophecy, Loki will break free from his bonds and lead the forces of chaos against the gods. His children, Fenrir, Jörmungandr, and Hel will play crucial roles in this final battle. In the end, most of the gods, including Odin and Thor, will fall. Loki and Heimdallr, the watchmen of the gods, are fated to slay each other. The world will burn and sink into the sea, only to be reborn anew. To illustrate Loki's complex nature, let's explore another famous myth, the tale of how Loki's mischief led to the creation of some of the gods' most treasured possessions. The story begins with one of Loki's cruel pranks, for reasons known only to himself. He cuts off the beautiful golden hair of Sif, Thor's wife. Enraged, Thor threatens to break every bone in Loki's body unless he fixes the situation. Loki, fearing Thor's wrath, travels to the realm of the dwarves. He commissions the sons of Ivaldi to create new hair for Sif, made of the finest gold and imbued with magic to grow like real hair. The dwarves not only create the hair, but also 2 additional treasures. Skidbladnir, a ship that can fold up small enough to fit in a pocket, and Gungnir, a spear that never misses its mark. Impressed by these creations, Loki makes a wager with 2 other dwarves, Brokar and Sindri. He bets his own head that they cannot create 3 items more wonderful than those made by the sons of Ivaldi. As the dwarves work, Loki transforms into a fly and repeatedly stings Brokar, trying to disrupt their work. Despite this, the dwarves create 3 magnificent items. Gullinbursti, a golden boar that can run through air and water. Draupnir, a golden ring that multiplies itself every 9th night. And Mjolnir, Thor's mighty hammer. The gods judge the contest and declare Brokar and Sindri the winners. Loki, true to form, tries to weasel out of the bed, arguing that while he wagered his head, he didn't agree to let them damage his neck. The gods compromise by sewing Loki's lips shut, a punishment that, while temporary, symbolizes the dangerous nature of Loki's silver tongue. This myth encapsulates much of what makes Loki such a fascinating figure. His initial mischief leads to dire consequences. Yet his quick thinking and cunning allow him to turn the situation to the benefit of the gods. Even when facing punishment, he finds a way to mitigate it through wordplay and technicalities. In the end, Loki's greatest legacy may be the questions he leaves us with. What is the nature of good and evil? Can someone be both helper and hinderer? And how do we reconcile the chaos in our own nature with the order we seek to impose on the world? As long as these questions persist, Loki, the trickster god of Norse mythology, will continue to captivate our imaginations, reminding us of the complex, often contradictory nature of existence itself. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to hear more interesting historic and mythological content.